Hello guys, very excited to see you guys again. And before I started, introduce myself again. My name is Joey. I'm currently working as software engineering for one of the investment banks in Singapore. So before my main professional job, I also do stock investment for to manage my family portfolio. So in my previous videos last week, actually, I'm talking about some core investment principle, which I list out five principle I have been following in the last couple of years for on the investment journey. So today, that is all of the capital knowledge, but my preference is we we should get our hand dirty. So actually I would recommend it to the start with some small action by by starting investment right now. So the first number one is a stock broker. There is a lot of stock broker available in the market today, especially in the country like Singapore is where the most of people doing some different types of investment. Some people prefer the real estate, and a lot of people doing the with the stock investment or the trading with all different type the financial product. And but it's my advice is to depends on the type of investor you are. For example, you are a retail investor, and actually it's me, so retail investor, because we just manage with a small sum of the money, and which market you are investing in. For example, for me, it's because I'm mostly I invest in the market in the US. Probably it's 80% of my portfolio, my stock portfolio in US, and 20% of my portfolio in the Singapore. Because I found some of the company in Singapore is quite attractive in terms of dividends. So that's why I allocate some certain my portfolio in Singapore to collect the cash dividend every year. For example, you can imagine it's a local banks like DBS, OCBC or UOB. They pay 5% dividend yield, which is much better than fixed deposits. If you put a put money in fixed deposits account now, is probably less than 1%. Yeah, so that is 5% is not bad. That is just only for the dividends, not count for the capital gains. Capital gain is when the stock price increase, you got a capital gain. That is the two kind of things you expect when you invest in dividend and capital gain. But for my experience, US market is the most potential market because it's best company. It's only most of the best company in the listed in the US. Even for example, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, or even some Chinese company like Alibaba or JD, they also listed in US market because it's US is a lot of potential investors. So when they listed their stock there, there are a lot of demand. So that's why, and it's got very high exposure to the financial world. So that's why I decided to invest also in the US market. And for the US market, I found one of the broker I would recommend is an interactive broker. Why is I choose interactive broker? Because the first thing is the opening account is very easy. You just need to submit some of the online documentation, for example the pay slip or some the residential proof that after the 2 or 3 days the account we got approved without any hassle. Go to physical branch. And second thing is a commission. trade commission. That is one of the key criteria when I choose a broker. Which one will give the less commission? Because for the interactive brokers, if you trade less than 100 shares, it's usually $1. It's very cheap. If you compare with another broker in Singapore, they charge probably flat rate of 0.18%. So if you trade with 10,000, you have to pay for around $18 or $20. If you trade more often, so if vended, the end of the day is this audit expensive will add up and cost you a lot, and you invite to so let investment result. And the last thing is interactive broker is very powerful tool for the trading, and also in terms of post trade. They give the beautiful and very comprehensive report. That is three reasons I choose an interactive broker. Before that, I used some of the another broker, but I found it really it's not comparable with the interactive broker. Yeah. So if you want to invest in especially in US market and international market, it's a interactive broker is one of the among the best. And most of my friends or people I know they use interactive broker for trading and investment. Okay, so that is done with the choosing the broker. So next thing you have to consider is what type the investment product you will do, because there are a lot of different financial products, I would say. For example, the ETF, basically the index fund or mutual fund, or if you have the knowledge, you can pick up their own stuff. But for me, for my experience, I would prefer quite conservative approach. I would recommend you start with either index fund or mutual fund. So what is and then you come up when you gain certain knowledge, you know how to analyze a company, you know how to evaluate the business of individual company. So you can choose to pick the own stuff. For me, it's my almost first years I only invest with mutual fund and index. So because it's mutual fund and index, basically is kind of the structure financial product. It's the gap. It gives you the exposure to the bunch of different stuff. For example, the index fund SPY is stand for the SP 500 fund. So it's basically they will invest in the top 500 US company. So that is the reflecting of the entire US market. So when the market go up, and that fund is also going up as well. So performance of the index funds basically is a performance of the individual stock. Make that fund. And when the market going up and market going down, it's not the moving significantly. For example, is in the SP 500. So okay, so that is my sharing for today and for this week. So if you find helpful, so maybe you just like it or subscribe or put a comment there. So I will find the time to to connect and get back to you. And have a nice weekend and see you next time.